Okay, so a lot of people have been sending me questions, and one that is a reoccurring one is what gear I've been using. Now, normally I wouldn't exactly post what gear I'm using, not out of secrecy or anything like that, but just to kind of emphasize the point that it doesn't matter what gear you have or what you're using. It just matters that you make this stuff. Although it definitely helps to have better gear depending on what you're doing. Depending on how serious and how skilled you are, it really that's what really matters. So if you're just starting out, you don't need to go buy a big expensive camera or anything like that. Like, you can just start on a point and shoot if you're just shooting something that's more visually focused. For this first Q&A, I'll be addressing the question of, Kid Haru, what gear do you use? Now I'm keeping these on. When I first started, I used a Canon HV20, which is a small little handy cam. I don't have it on me at the moment, unfortunately. And a Rode Video shotgun microphone, which was only about $100. At the time that I got the HV20, it was $600, which is a lot more than I should have paid, because if I just waited out another month or two, the price actually dropped tremendously, because that's when the DSLR revolution started. So I paid $600 for mine, and then a few months later, it was only $200. Yeah. So now I use a Canon 60D with 3 lenses. So my lens for wide angles and stuff, that's not the best lens, but it's affordable. I got it for, I think, about $125. Was the Tamron. Let's see if we can get in focus. Tamron 18 by 200 zoom lens, so it can zoom in really far. It's just the picture quality is not as good as I would hope. I don't know, it was something just to get me by for the time being. It served me really well. This one's f-stop is only f3.5, and so it requires a lot of light, unfortunately. So in dark settings, like a lot of times in my room, I actually can't use it because of just how dark it gets. And I have to jack the ISO up, which in turn adds a lot of grain the more you raise your ISO once it gets to about 1600. Yeah, there's my first lens. This is my second one. Pretty much just your standard Canon 50mm. The f-stop is 1.8, so it's the more cheap one, which is only $100. Mine broke about a year ago when it fell out of my camera bag. These things are they're like toys, so they break really easily if you do mistreat them, so be careful with it. As far as audio, I'm using the H4n zoom microphone. This one I think cost me about $300. Great microphone. The lens that I'm currently using, which is pretty much my bread and butter that I use on everything, is a Sigma 28mm 1.8 f-stop. It gives a nice, really crisp image that I love. Yeah, as far as my camera bag, because when I was shopping for camera bags, I really wanted one that could house a laptop, since a lot of times I'm actually editing as I shoot. And I wanted one that also had chest straps if possible, because there were certain places I want to shoot at which would require climbing, and I might need to get down pretty quickly. So I didn't want something that's going to be like flopping around if I needed to run or anything like that. So I don't recommend doing that. This camera backpack from Kata, yeah, it's a cool bag. It has a little compartment in here for DSLR. It can hold 4 lenses, or in my case, I can hold 3 lenses and my H4n and the camera. It has this little compartment up top where you can stick extra stuff, so I usually stick my Sigma lens in here because it comes with this handy little case for it. And yeah, that's about it as far as what I currently use to shoot. Yeah, just again, that's the gear I'm using. You can start on handy cams or anything you get your hands on. I don't know, my philosophy's always been I'd rather be an amazing filmmaker with crappy equipment than a crappy filmmaker with amazing equipment. That wraps up my 4th video of my 4-video challenge of this week. And yeah, I definitely learned a lot throughout this. If you haven't checked out my last video, do right here. If you want to check out a video with a bunch of tricking and flicks, check out that one right there. And leave a comment in the comment section down below asking me questions, and I'll be doing a Q&A pretty soon. So any questions that you want to ask me, whether it be when did I start flipping, can I teach this tutorial, or whatever, just leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with my wrap-up video. Bye.